All right, there we go. We are officially live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the comic book community. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And today I have a couple of packages. I know one of them is from a comic auction that I bought on YouTube, and I will mention the name when a bunch of people come in, give them a little shout out, and hopefully get them a couple of extra subscribers. But I also have a couple of random acts of kindness from people in the community, and I always appreciate when people want to be kind. Little update while I'm waiting for more people to come in. Regarding the video I did the other day with the part 2 of some of my comics that I got back graded, where the one of the books got not a restored grade, but I guess it would be considered restored, because one of the pages was married, which means in comic book lingo, if you're new to the comic book world, when a company says a book has been married, whether it's a cover or inside pages, centerfold, what that means is somebody took a page or a cover or whatever the part is from another comic and placed it into that one to try and make it look whole. Now, when I bought this book from the seller, I wasn't notified about that. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that particular seller did it. I can't make that kind of accusation because I'll never know regardless. But it came back that it was married. I was not informed about that. So what I did was I kindly messaged the person, didn't make any accusations, didn't yell and scream, just sent a nice, respectful letter saying, I would rather contact you first, explain the situation. They were very civil about it. They apologized. They actually thanked me for being a gentleman, and that was their direct quote. And we came to an agreement of a $350 partial refund. So, to me, I think that makes it whole. It shows that if you do things the right way, people will respond. So, mistakes happen, and I'm going to put on my video camera now. Mistakes happen. And I can't say, that book came out in the early 70s. So, no, actually in the 60s, because that's a Silver Age book. So, there's no guarantee that that person owned it from day one. So you can't assume that that person did it. I mean, it could have exchanged hands 20 times and they may not have known. So, never message somebody with anger. I mean, that's one of the biggest things I learned, even from my original channel here that I shut down. I was too much involved with long-term anger and trying to fight people that hated me or didn't agree with me or whatever, and it doesn't get you anywhere positive. So I sent them a nice positive message, explained the situation. We talked like 2 or 3 times. They asked for some photos. I provided those. And this morning, I saw a $350 partial refund from the seller. So it does show if you do things the right way, good things can happen. So before I start showing some of these, I always want to say hello to the people that come here. I know this isn't a spec video, so it's not going to get as many views, but you know what? The people that are here, they're here because they like the channel, and I appreciate that. So Gizmo Rain, you're first. Jerry P, Collector, Lewis, Chris, Ancient Comic Guy. I have Telepathy. You're like 12th today. You're slacking. What's going on? Chris is here. Awesome name. We got Lee Smith. I wonder if that's the Cardinal pitcher from the 1970s. That'd be pretty cool if it was. Michael P. Craig A. Thanos is here. I thought you got dusted, but I'm glad to see that you're here. We got Comics and Beer. I'm not sure if I said Victor, but I want to make sure. Craig Wagner. Daniel. Cubal. 5 Artist Liberales. Always good to see you, senor. Wild Child is here. Lewis says, taking my lunch break and enjoying it while I'm on the road. Just be safe, please. Gun Guy Dave, Collector, and everybody else. I want to welcome everybody. I can go down the list forever, but I don't think people want to come here just to hear names. So I want to try and get the bunch of them. So it does pay to get here early. So I have 4 packages that you guys were kind enough to send me, and random acts of kindness. I mean, I really love that with people. One of them is actually from a auction. The YouTube channel's name is Comic Corps, C-O-R-P-S, like in Army Corps. So it's actually pronounced Comic Corps, but I didn't want people to think they couldn't spell it right. So if that seller, and the specific seller was Big Lion Cat, So if either one of you are watching this, whether you're watching it live, you watch it later, if you see this, I want you to post the link to your channel so other people might subscribe to you. So I know one of these, I don't know which one, but one of these is from that auction. So if you ever want to send anything, and it doesn't have to, it's not mandatory, obviously, especially if you're a comic book business and you have a new product or something, if you want to send me something, I'll do an honest review. Just keep in mind that even if somebody sends me something for a review, I want to make sure I'm honest about it. So if you're one of those places that's going to pay somebody to only say good things, you may not want to use me. But if it's good, you know, if it's a good product, I'm going to review it in a positive way, and hopefully it'll get you some sales. So if you're an artist that's trying to promote themselves and you want to send some original art to me, please make sure you include a link or a business card with a phone number or something like that you want out there. I'll be more than happy to promote you, because if somebody's going to do something that nice, I want to return the favor. You know, there's an old saying that says all good deeds go unpunished. That's not true. If somebody's going to be kind enough to do that, I want to be able to return the favor. So there's an address in the description. Don't forget, I'm also selling my comic book mystery boxes. That's also in the description. But if you want to send anything, I'm just going to cover the address. Let me actually put this so I can see it in real time. All right, so I'm going to cover their address. So if you ever want to send anything, like I said, it's in the description, but this is the address you can send it to. The only requirement is I do ask that there must be a return address and a tracking number on it, only because of security reasons. And you can tell by every one of my videos, I have some haters, and I just have to be safe. So I'm sure most of you will understand that. You've all been pretty good about that. So that is the address if you ever want to send anything. And again, if you're a comic book place, if you have a product that's comic book or toy related or anything that you want to send, I'll be more than happy to promote it for you. Just provide a link with the package. So this way, I mean, I don't mind doing like a little advertisement for somebody, because like I said, if somebody does something nice, I want to return the favor. So we're going to open this, and you can see that's always a good thing if you're mailing stuff. I even write it on mine, even though I put them very secure. It's always good to put that, because you never know with postal workers these days. They like to kind of throw stuff around. So let's get into the box number one. And also, don't forget, yeah, Bellissimo Spa, that's my office. I'm a massage therapist. That's one of my many jobs. So I have stuff sent to my office. So I go there pretty much every Saturday. What does AOK stand for? That stands for Acts of Kindness. So it's an abbreviation. Everybody abbreviates today. All right, so they did good with the packaging. I always like when people add the extra cardboard, which is one of the things I tell people when you buy, especially on Amazon, but eBay as well. Don't assume that the comic you bought from somebody is, you know, if they know what they're doing. Tell them how you want it sent. Tell them you want cardboard. All right, so they didn't include their name. Okay, so they did include a business card, so I am going to promote them. This is really nice of them. So I don't know if they want their name and numbers. So I'm going to say what the name of their business is. And if they want to put the information, they can. But this is really nice. So their company is called Fine Woodworking. And I'll show the business card. And I'll just show his first name. So they sent me, actually, a Naomi number 4, because I made a video about a week and a half ago about the fact that these were gone before they even got on the shelves, and people were selling them for $20 or $30 before they even got on the shelves, which I was a little disappointed in. I mean, if you wanted the next day sell them for $100, that's fine, but, you know, selling these for double and triple and quadruple what the going price is before it even has a chance to hit the shelves, I and many people have a problem with that. You know, wait a day at least. But I wasn't able to get this book, even though I went there the opening moment the store opened, that I was the first one in the store. They were already gone. So, Steve, I want to thank you. So this is Naomi number 4. And again, this is their business. If anybody's interested. Now, he lives in West Virginia. I won't say town, cities, or anything like that. So if you're in the West Virginia area, if you're looking for any kind of woodworking kind of stuff, contact Steve. And again, if you watch this video, I want to thank you and put any kind of link and information to your business. And hopefully it'll get you a business or two. And see, that's what I want to do. I've seen lots of videos all over YouTube, and I'm not just talking the comic book community, where people send stuff, and people kind of just take it for granted. They're just like, oh, more free stuff. I appreciate this. So if you ever send anything, like if you see right here, people sent me some original art, and I have it proudly displayed on the wall. Because I think, especially somebody that's an artist. I mean, my grandfather's an artist, and I'm totally jealous. I can't even draw a stick figure. But I want to make sure that if somebody's going to do something like that, I'm either proudly going to display it, or I want to help them promote their channel. So even if you just have a YouTube channel, post the link, include that in anything. So this way, if it gets you views, sometimes, advertisers, the reason they give stuff away to YouTubers is it's actually cheaper to give somebody a product for free than the thousands of dollars it takes to do an advertisement. Because I remember when I first got my massage business, when I first went into business for myself, I spent a lot of my money on advertising. And I spent for 1 week's of radio ads, which came out to about 10 ads altogether that were 30 seconds long, cost me $1,000. And I got a total of 1 phone call from it, and that was not somebody looking for a regular massage. So I know what it costs to do advertisements, and that was 10 years ago. So I can just imagine what it costs now. So if you have a business or anything and you want to send something, please, if it's anything comic related, toy related, game related, figure related, if you make them or something like that, or even if like this gentleman did, woodworking has nothing to do with comics, but still, you can add that. So thank you, Steve. That is really great of you. And again, he's from the West Virginia state. So if you're in that area looking for woodworking, go check him out, because I'm sure he will watch this eventually, and he will post the link. So if you have any websites or anything like that, please do. All right, so here is the next one. This looks like it came from either France or Canada. So this is international, because it doesn't say the origin of the country, but it says by Airmail Royal Air, which I've seen also come from Canada. So it could be either Canada or from Europe. I guess hopefully you'll see when we open it what's... Maybe they included a letter. I hope they do. Alright. And see, this is one of the reasons why I really like doing this kind of stuff and helping people. Because it just shows when you do good in the world and you try and be helpful and you try and be kind, people actually appreciate that. You get what you give. And that's why I tell people, even the ones that don't agree with me, there's a right way and a wrong way to do things, and if all you do is spewing hate and anger, well, is there any surprise that you're always finding something to hate and be angry about? So, like I said, back in my original channel, oh geez, wow, I was very angry too. I was very defensive and everything. But I changed my ways, because, growth. People change. Alright, so this is actually funny. Another person sent me a Naomi 4. They didn't include their name on here, though. So I don't know who to thank for this. And because it doesn't say a country of origin, I can't even say who it was. Let me just double check. Well, unfortunately, they didn't. If you ever do send anything, at least make sure you put your name or your YouTube channel, because I want to make sure... Oh, okay, so the person's here. Luke. He says, hey, Chris, that one's mine. Luke in the UK. Wow, he sent this all the way from London. So, Luke, thank you very much. Make sure, if you ever do this again, make sure you include your name and stuff, because I want to make sure I thank the person. So I'm glad I saw that, and I'm glad you're here. So, Luke, all the way from the wonderful country of Great Britain, I am actually part Irish and English, so I have some connection with that country. I've always wanted to be there. That's amazing. So thank you. And again, I'm sure this is based on the fact that I made that video that I couldn't get this book. And it's, you know, you guys are amazing, and I really appreciate that. Luke, if you have a YouTube channel, please post the link. You could do it here live, and also if it processes, when it processes, and if you have any business or anything you want to promote, you know, as long as it's not murder for hire or anything like that, please, by all means, do so. It's my way of saying thank you for your kindness. So I'm glad you were here, because I felt bad that I wouldn't have been able to give a shout-out to who did that. All right, so we got 2 more to go. So I know one of these is from the auction. I think this might be it, but I'm not sure. But this is from, it says Bob, and I won't say the city or anything like that, but they're from California. So Bob, this is from you. I don't know if this is what I ordered. Okay, so no. Okay, so this person included a letter. Let me look at it first. Okay, so they write, Bob writes, "Hi Chris, I just want to thank you for all you do for the comic community. I saw these comics on eBay and I thought you might like them. Sincerely, I'll just say Bob. P.S. Thinking about Luna, sending my thoughts and prayers." Says PSS, my caregiver is writing this letter for me. I am disabled, and that's also why I struggle with writing texts in the live chats. So that's amazing. And I want to cover the last name. So this person actually had a caregiver write this letter for them because they're disabled. And they spend their time, or part of their time, enjoying my content. If that doesn't tell you why it pays to be good to people and kind and genuine, and, you know, everybody has a bad moment. Everybody can be evil. Everybody can be wrong. I'm no angel. I've done things that I'm not proud of in my life, as we've all done. But if you can grow and change and become something a little bit better each day, people don't understand that what you do and say, how it can affect people both positively and negatively. And it might be things that you don't think about. I mean, and I'm going to show the comics. And this is funny because I was talking about the fact that I'm a huge Kiss fan. So, I think this is from Kiss Destroyer. This is from, no, because this is not the original Ace Frehley. But that's all right. They sent me 2 of these Kiss comics because I was talking about one of the first album I ever bought as a kid in 1974 or 1975, I believe, was Kiss Alive 2. So they sent me 4 comics, all Kiss comics, and I love the group. I only got to see them once in concert, but that was when they weren't wearing makeup. So I was disappointed in that, and that was right before the drummer that they hired died. He had, I think he died of pneumonia, I think a couple of months later. But they were actually doing their farewell tour here in New York. I wanted to see them. Cheap seats were $350 a piece. And I'm like, you know, I like Kiss, but I don't like them that much. So Kiss Alive 2 was my first album. My second album, and by the way, for you younger people, an album is actually what looks like to be a big CD that you put a needle on that actually made a nice hissing sound as you listen to the music. If you don't know what a CD is, you're really too young. CD. CD is like a Blu-ray, only not so good. Vinyl, there you go. Yeah, so this person is actually disabled, was kind enough to send a comic letting me know that they enjoy my channel. If that doesn't tell you to be a better person and what good you can do in the world. And that's why I tell people, it's like, there are people, they want to, Chris says Blu-ray. Blu-ray is kind of like what you digitally download, only in disc form. Think of it like something like a coaster that you put on your grandmother, on your grandmother makes you put on a glass. And if anybody says what's a coaster, I'm going to start smacking people. Eric says Kiss sucks, but that's all right. Then that means I won't have to worry about you trying to take these from me. I think, and to me, again, it's the thought that counts. These are absolutely amazing. Just something about this group I always loved. My favorite of the group was Ace Frehley. I always just, for some reason, resonated with him. When I was a kid, Gene Simmons scared the living daylights out of me. I thought Paul Stanley was a little weird, and I'm sure some of you understand what that means. Peter Criss is a cat. I couldn't think of that as being a tough guy, so I just really related to Ace Frehley. And I remember watching, Space Ace. I remember watching the Kiss and the Psycho Circus as a kid. Loved the movie. When I saw it years later as an adult, I don't promote drugs, but you got to be pretty stoned to enjoy that movie. I mean, the acting is absolutely horrible. So, Bob, thank you so much for this. I hope you're watching. I send all of my love to you, and I hope whatever it is that you are going through becomes something better in your life. And I'm glad to know my channel is helping. So I'm going to continue to try and do those kind of things for people. So that's amazing. And to your let me see if they put the person's name. They didn't say, but the caregiver who wrote this, thank you for taking the time to do something like this and helping them out. So, there are some good people in the world. I always tell people, focus on the positive and not the negative, because you can have 1,000 people tell you you're trash, and you can have one person that tells you you're the best thing that ever happened to him, and guess what? That one will outweigh and outshine the thousands of others who are trying to do nothing but negative. And that's what I love about you guys, is I get some haters, I get people that'll thumb down every video, because that's what they do, but it's you guys. If I had 100 thumbs down and 1 thumbs up, the person that gave the thumbs up, I would appreciate more than the hundreds that did the negative, because negative is just not what I want in my life. Alright, so they included a letter. Okay, so this one is the book that I won. I actually forgot what the price I paid was. I think it was like $32, $34, something in the $30 range. If the person, because I know I bought it on, it's their auction is on a YouTube channel called Comic Corpse. Again, it's pronounced Comic Cores. If you want, please post a link. And it was also the seller from it, because there were a couple of people from different channels. Big Lion Cat, who I am subscribed to, a nice guy. He does auctions every now and then on his channel as well. If you guys, either one of you, want to post the link, please do when this uploads. And if anybody wants to check them out, because I'm sure the more people that visit their channel, the more money they'll make, and some of it goes to good things. So, they wrote, I know you're a big Fantastic Four fan. I am a fan of your channel and can't wait to see when you get it. So thanks again for your support for the cause. And he ends it meow. That's from Big Lion Cat. So they were actually kind enough to add 2 Fantastic Four trading cards. Fantastic Four versus Galactus. I cannot wait to see these characters in the MCU. And this character as well. Doctor Doom. So those are the Silver Surfer, Galactus, and Doctor Doom. I cannot wait to see in a Marvel film. It cannot happen fast enough, in my opinion. Alright, so this one, I know what it is. And Big Lion Cat, when you watch this, if you watch it, if you remember what I paid for it, let me know, because I always write on the back of the book what I pay for a book, and I had it written down on a piece of paper, but I think it got accidentally thrown out, so I don't remember, but I do know it was like either between $32 and $35 that I paid, so definitely worth it in my opinion. And It's a good... I actually like the comic auctions. I actually was one of the first ones that restarted it back in, like, 2016. I don't think I'll ever start it up again myself, but there's plenty of people that are doing it now, and it's good for the community. Okay, so here is the book. This is War of the Realms, issue number 1, signed by J. Scott Campbell, and it comes with the certificate of authenticity. So this is directly from the Campbell web store, I'm sure. But like I said, I paid either $32, $33, $34, or $35, and that's including the shipping. I have Telepathy says, Chris, are you going to do a video on your Free Comic Book Day books? Well, it's funny that you asked that, Mr. Telepathy, because I actually added those at the back end of one of my videos I made the other day. Oh, you're losing your telepathy, so you should have known that. All right, so there we go. Those are the books. Again, if you ever want to send anything, and of course you don't have to, this is the address. Again, the link is in the description if you're interested. Don't forget, if you have a business or if you have a website, please include a link or post a link. I always make sure I take care of people. So, these are the 2 books. The Naomi books I got. The War of the Realms was from the comic auction. And these amazing Kiss books that look in absolutely great condition. So, I want to thank each and every one of you. I don't want anybody to think that they have to send anything to get my approval or, be welcome here. This, to me, is just people being kind because they can. Not everybody can, or not everybody has the ability, so don't ever think that, oh, you didn't send me anything, that means you're not worthy of my channel or anything like that. I am one of those people that grew up with hardly anything. When you grow up poor, one of the things that you start to learn is you learn to appreciate everything. So, I'm not looking for somebody to send me an Amazing Fantasy 15 or anything. Something like this, straight out, not worth much. But it's the thought, it's the principle, it's the fact that this person said, I watch your videos, I know you're a Kiss fan, so I want to send something that reminded me of you. That is amazing. To me, it's like a Christmas present. Like, anybody can go buy a diamond ring. It may not have meaning, but you can buy somebody a $2 little thing that reminds you of the first time you met. Or something that somebody walked by a store and said, boy, I wish I could afford that one beautiful thing. Or just pick a bunch of flowers that you got yourself by going around and, finding them in the wild. It's the thought that counts. So don't anybody think that you have to send me something majorly expensive and valuable to think it's appreciated. Like I said, if somebody sent me just this card, the fact that they went out of their way to send something is amazing to me. Like, for example, I'm not sure if it's this one, but this came from England. That's amazing. So just to have touch and communication with people that I'll probably never meet in my lifetime, it's amazing. So some people are going to be, whatever, like I said, they'll be upset about this or jealous or whatever, and I hope instead of that, they just decide to try a different point of view and maybe try and do some good things and be friendly, and you never know. You get what you give. So hopefully this helps people to think there might be better ways. I have Telepathy says, Chris, are you on Instagram? I do not use Instagram or anything like that. I'm barely even on my Facebook because, you know what? If the government and everything's going to track me, I want to make sure I make it a lot more difficult. I don't want to make it too easy for them. And plus, I just don't want to... I want to spend my extra time because if you notice, I comment and respond to every single comment left. And that takes a lot of time, let me tell you. There are some times where I'll wake up and there'll be 100 comments. And I respond to every single one of them. Eventually, knock on wood, if I become so popular that there's so many comments I can't do it, there's going to come that day. But until then, I want to spend the extra time responding to comments. And if I have to respond to Facebook and Instagram and all these other things, eventually it's going to take the fun out of it. Agu says you own a tinfoil hat. Really? Anyway, Agu, I appreciate it. I know he's only kidding. But if you don't know a government spy on you, then you need to put on a tinfoil hat, because that is definitely not something that is a conspiracy theory. It's definitely something that's well known. So Eric says, may the 4th be with you. So he must have a time machine. He's 2 days in the past, but better late than never. I want to make sure I give today's surprise subscriber shout out. If you want one, you don't have to be a subscriber, but hopefully I do earn your subscription. We're going to go back a little ways because I want to make sure to see if people stay for the longest time. And if you are, see if you remember in the comment section, if you're one of my power viewers, who sang the song For the Longest Time. I'll give you a hint. It's a male singer that's been around since the early 70s. I don't know if he's still touring at this point, but if you know who sang the song, and obviously you can Google it, but don't put it here in the live chat. If you know who sings For the Longest Time, place that in the comments section. Show your music knowledge. So, Eric Mena, you're going to have today's surprise subscriber shout-out because he said Kiss sucks, which I don't agree, but you have the right to your opinion. And I asked people not to put that in the live chat, and they did it anyway. So, you people, you wonder why people don't want to be on the internet when movies come out. So, yeah, so the answer's right there for you if you've seen it. But if anything, just put that you're a power viewer, let people know. Give a shout-out to the person that gets the shout-out, because a lot of them do appreciate that stuff. And there'll be another video soon, so hit the notification button, hit the like button, hit the share button. You can even hit your own belly button. Just don't hit the person next to you, because we know that's not a nice thing to do. Again, I want to thank everybody that sent things. I also want to thank Comic Corpse for their auction. I definitely will be checking them out again. Hopefully you will. And again, if Big Lion Cat, if the Comic Corpse or anybody that was kind enough to send me these, they have a channel, please post the link. I will approve it, and I will do that anytime that people send me things. So sign up for the cashback program. You can get $25. If you spend $25 within the first 90 days, you get $10 cash back. It has to be done within 90 days, otherwise you don't get that. And remember, it can be used for more than just comics. So the link is in the beginning of the description. Sign that up, and if you're interested in any of my comic book mystery boxes, they not only are helping us move, but they're also helping with some of the proceeds. Some of the proceeds go to help my cat. And maybe I'll do a video showing all the stuff I bought for her, all the medicines and the vitamins and things like that. So the money does go towards that. So once again, I say that I'm going to make this video end, and I keep rambling. Some of you appreciate that. Some of you are like, when is this guy going to shut up? And the answer is right now. Peace out.